Hey there, and welcome back to StudioBinder Academy. I'm Brandon. In this lesson, we'll focus on one of the subtler yet crucial aspects of script writing, parentheticals. Whether you're polishing your first script or looking to refine your technique, understanding how to properly use parentheticals can significantly impact your screenplay's clarity and effectiveness. Alright, first things first. What are parentheticals? In screenwriting, parentheticals have a few different uses. Most commonly, they're used to show emotional direction, physical direction, line delivery, pacing, scene clarity, and different languages. Now, one of the best ways of understanding how and when to use a parenthetical is by studying produced screenplays. So let's take a look at some examples. First, we have emotional direction. Use a parenthetical to convey emotion behind the line. It can sometimes be tough in a screenplay to fully visualize a character's emotional state. Using a parenthetical can quickly and precisely help the reader get into the character's head. Like in this example from the screenplay for Crash. Notice how without the parenthetical, this scene might just read as a normal couple venting about traffic. However, by adding suddenly very agitated, it gives the reader a clue that James may be a bit of a hothead. Next, we have physical direction. The majority of character actions will take place in the action lines of the script. However, there are times when an action might be required in the middle of a line, such as a character taking a sip of water. Rather than taking up more space by breaking the dialogue and adding an extra line of action, you can use a parenthetical to get this across. Like in this example from Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Here, the opening valve direction quickly and clearly lets the actor know to open the valve, which isn't specifically laid out anywhere else in the scene. Next up is line delivery. Now, to some extent, using a parenthetical to convey how a line should be delivered falls in line with an emotional direction, albeit a bit more specific. For example, terms such as sarcasm, singing, or under their breath can be a bit hard to convey on the page, and a simple parenthetical solves this problem. Like in this example from the New Girl pilot script. The use of singing as a parenthetical here gives both the reader and the actor their first clues of the type of person the character is. Next, we have pacing. Writers often use emotional beats as an extension of dictating a line's delivery. This is often used in comedies where line delivery is crucial, but it's also useful in dramatizing character moments, such as when a character receives shocking news or has a moment of reflection. This type of parenthetical helps give the reader a sense of how the scene will be paced out, like in this simple example. The beat inserted into the dialogue lets the reader know that Jason is really reflecting and trying to find those words to say. Without this, he might come off as insincere. Next is scene clarity. In some scenes, there may be multiple characters. This can become confusing to a reader to visualize who is talking to whom. And by using a parenthetical to indicate who a line is directed toward, you can alleviate that confusion for the reader. Take for example this scene from Baby Driver. Without these clear indications of who Buddy and Darling are speaking to, it may be unclear and almost seem that they're speaking only to each other. And finally, a parenthetical can also let the reader know if a line will be spoken in a different language and subtitled. This can be helpful if there's a character in your script who speaks a different language you may not be fluent in. This allows the actor to correctly deliver the line in their native language without the possibility of incorrect translation. It also lets the editor know that this scene will need added subtitles. Now, formatting is key. Parentheticals should always be brief, usually just a word or two and enclosed in parentheses. Luckily, StudioBinder's screenwriting feature makes this really simple. By choosing the parenthetical formatting option on the toolbar, parentheses are automatically added, and you simply just need to type in the words. Correct formatting ensures that your script looks professional and adheres to industry standards. Now, let's talk about a few things to avoid. First, as mentioned earlier, keep them brief. If what is being conveyed cannot be surmised in a word or two, it should be an action line. Secondly, avoid adverbs like this. It's better to use strong verbs that convey the action directly, like this. Much cleaner, right? It allows the actor to fill in the emotional beats without micromanaging their performance. And lastly, parentheticals should never be at the end of a character's dialogue. They should always appear either directly under the character's name or in between their lines of dialogue. And now some tips for effectively using parentheticals. A good rule of thumb is to imagine your screenplay without parentheticals at all. If the meaning of a scene changes significantly without them, then your dialogue might need reworking. Parentheticals should enhance, not carry a scene. While parentheticals are useful, they should be used sparingly. Overusing them can clutter your script and take away from the actor's interpretations. Use them only when the line delivery isn't obvious from the dialogue or the scene's action. Well, that's a wrap on parentheticals. Remember, the key to great screenwriting is clarity and precision. Use parentheticals wisely to guide your actors without constraining their creativity. And if you're looking for more deep dives into the StudioBinder software or filmmaker interviews, be sure to like and subscribe to be notified when new videos are added. I'm Brandon with StudioBinder Academy. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.